Alrighty, so this is Decent We the People news. Okay, and this is more along the lines for the new people out there. And that you hear that, you know, we always silence, acquiesce, and tacit agree to their terms, right? And you heard me bring up, you know, not assisting their criminal activities, you know, never refuse, but I'm not going to assist you in your criminal activities. One of the best ones I've seen do this was actually a YouTube channel called Press On, and he calls himself one of the people. All right, he's a people, and he believes that is rude calling people names. All right, so, and to each their own. You know, to a lot of the things that make sense. However, my giving name I actually kind of like. You know, it kind of stretches me separate from other people, right? It kind of gives me a defined I. So I'm not just a we, right? We need to be we, but at times you want to just be an I, okay? Like I said, I do these things like at the very last minute, so you know I don't have all these things written down. These are We the People news, all right? Just my opinion. I'm not an attorney, so do not take anything I say as legal advice, okay? Because I'm not an attorney. I never look straight forward. I always look around me to be able to protect myself by any means necessary. I've shown videos in the past how everything we do, we are giving consent and we're volunteering into things. When you put your hands, they say put your hands behind your back, and you put your hands back behind your back, you just volunteered to be kidnapped. Just saying. Okay? And this man, or one of the people, however he wants to define it, right? I go by man. Man's above people. People is the next step below, to my opinion. All right? Let's go.
What can you do?
Oh, the next thing I was going to say is he literally is actually doing it the correct way, people. Okay? And standing on your rights hurts sometimes, right? Especially when you got criminals out there invading your space and invading your rights.
What can you do?
Let's pause that right quick. Just for you guys to know, if you want to check that out, go Press On. Okay? Napa PD kidnaps a people, and Legion of John People Doe. Okay? Is. I don't know what the rest is. But when you do something like what he's doing, you're going to be listed as John Doe. So my wife knows that if I get arrested, it's going to be under John Doe. We've already had this discussion. Okay? But that just depends at the time whether I'm going to volunteer, consent or not, of the situations of my family's needs. My family comes first. All right?
Am I still being detained against my will?
Okay, are you going to fail to identify yourself again so I can issue you a citation?
Here, will you take this?
Is that a yes? You're failing to identify yourself?
No, resisting.
Are you failing to identify yourself? Do you not want to tell me your...
Excuse me, sir, what was your name?
Jeffrey, R-A-Y. What, buddy?
Ray?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're not giving me your...
So right there, are you failing to identify yourself, right? He is not answering questions. I would give notice, all right? I'm giving you notice. I am not assisting you. Okay, you don't have to say any more than that. But I would go ahead and since you gave them notice, to give them full notice. I am not assisting you in your criminal activities of my kidnapping. Right? You do an investigation on them as well as they are doing an investigation on you. Okay?
He will not resist, but he will not assist either.
It's a little bit more comfortable, okay?
If you have any property on you, you wanted to go to this gal
He's
here?
already taken most of his property.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Let's see if I get this back pretty quick. Like I said, this TV, boy, when it gets a strange sound, it wants to click itself off. I may have to redo this video. Maybe not.
Yeah. So my hands are cold.
Let's step it back a little bit. And turn the volume down a little bit.
Ray?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're not giving me your...
He will not resist, but he will not assist either.
Now, I know it's kind of hard to see this, but when he said, all right, put your hands behind your back. See, the officers want you to comply. They want you to volunteer. They want you to consent. All right? But he kept his hands out. That way, everybody can't say, well, he's resisting. They'll grab his hands. They will take his hands behind his back. He's not letting them. They're doing it. Okay? He did not volunteer to stick his hands behind his back. Okay? He's not assisting them.
A little bit more comfortable, okay?
If you have any property on you, you wanted to go to this gal
He's
here?
already taken most of his property.
Okay.
Again, sir, I have to say you're assuming.
Those tight are loose enough there for you, bud?
Chilly tonight, huh?
It's very cold. My hands are about to fall off.
It got a lot colder tonight than I thought it was going to get.
Yeah, I just ran off without my gloves.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So my hands are cold.
Now you got two devices in both hands. You can't swap them out, huh?
Something like that. Oh.
Hang on, it's going to poke me stick to your cut.
That's what?
Dude,
You really meant it when he said he wouldn't assist in any way, huh?
He will not resist, but he will not assist either. And he's serious.
Okay. For some of you guys, it may or may not done. Right? We talked about this. Not assisting them. When you walk to that police car, you are volunteering. You are giving consent to enter that vehicle. All right? I did a video again. We're going to refer back into my previous videos about we always give consent and we always volunteer stuff. And we do not actually stand on our rights. And like I said, he is one of the best I've seen at this.
And again, this
Why don't you guys go get your cars and we'll just put them in the car?
again, this is a First Amendment protected activity. Believe it or not.
He's not being arrested for this. For recording? Not for recording.
I'm just holding you up, sir, to make sure you don't face the plants, okay? I'd rather you not do that. I mean, it probably won't feel good, but...
No, when it comes to religious beliefs, as far as names and name calling, that's what I'm saying.
Now, what we're going back into, what did she just bring up? Because he believes that it's rude to call people names, and he's just one of the people, and that's what he stands on, okay? He does not stand on names, which, if it is in fact a religious, but that's what they're claiming, right? claiming a religious belief, then they cannot criminalize him and actually charge him resisting identification if in fact he doesn't think he is that identification. Okay? He does not believe in names. That is a religious belief. The First Amendment gives you the right to have each belief a religion. You just cannot harm anybody. There cannot be a victim.
So we aren't calling anybody names. We're just telling him he has to identify himself.
That is the name.
Okay. So you're required to give us a name at certain points. And the other night,
right? You are required to give us a name. Well, that's a person, not a man. He broken some type of ordinance. We talked about ordinance before. Member of corporation. They're assuming under the assumptions and presumptions he's a person, that these things apply to him as one of the people.
Mark, he was required to provide his name and did. So that's what he's in custody.
And again, people, this is not sovereign citizen crap. All right, this is people standing up for their rights.
He was not detained. We was not detained. But, and that's recorded evidence. I've got that.
Okay. Let me stand up for me, please.
I won't bother. I just tried to record. Sorry.
You've been perfectly polite and nice. I got no problem with it.
Man, it's too cold.
Now right there, you notice he lifted his legs up. Right, they're carrying him, but they want them to work to kidnap him, right? If a van comes up beside you and grabs you and put it in their van, you're going to fight them, right? But he's not fighting, but he's not assisting them. So, there you go. Okay? Let's go back. I don't know how that got stuck there. Wrong button.
I need like 3 more arms.
No, I often wish for 2 more.
One of these take one of the shoulders and then help me out with that. Need help, Rock?
Are you planning on filling him out?
I would have to know a name in order to bail, right?
You don't know his name?
I don't. When I tell you, you have to know.
I'm not asking you his name. I was just asking you if you're going to bail him or not. Post his bail. He will sit in there as a John Doe until they figure out who he is, but seriously, you're going to go post his bond.
I would have to have a
Good.
name in order to do that, right? Right.
I can clear if needed, though.
Anything else from us? Melinda, right?
All right, so we're going to just go ahead and stop there. If you want to check out the rest of the video, click over there and check it out. From my understanding, other videos why he was in jail, they actually talked to Lady Justice here, and she had it on recording, that they literally actually had to undress him. Now, they wouldn't dress him back, so they stuck him in a room fully nude. Okay? Because they weren't about to dress him, even though they undressed him. But this is one of them situations. He stood on his right, and he was going to die for it. He was going to die on his rights. This is what we have like of doing today. You know, we're not our founding fathers. You know, our founding fathers, you know, talked about these things. Stand up and die for your rights, or kneel and be a slave. But that's what he did, right? He stood up for his rights. They literally had to grab his hands, fingerprint him. He did not sign nothing, right? So when he went through this whole process was 100% him not assisting them in their criminal activities. He eventually got out, by the way. But it took some time. But I don't know whatever become of it. You know, he did other videos and all that. I just was never really informed of the update about courts or anything like that with him, per se. So I don't know what that happens. I do know that he does not believe, he believes in suing is a privilege, so he will not sue these people. Okay? I still believe in remedy. They cause me harm, they're going to give me remedy. And for my belief, it's not a privilege to get remedy of harm, damage, or loss. Okay? So that's just my opinion. I would actually follow a claim under the 28 UCC what was it? 1331. Harm due to trespass, and file that claim as a man. All right, sorry. Like I said, you know, these things I do is just last minute, spare the moment things. I could do better, but I just do what I do. All right, this will be the People News. Bye, y'all.